Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of SJGames Live. Sorry for the false start. I'm Hunter,
I'm Jimmy.
and this week we're going to be starting off our uh, fantasy trip mini adventure that we were talking about last week. We're going to finish making our characters that we started and kind of get started on the adventure, see how long. We might do another episode of it. We'll see how we're going to go. But we want
How we make it.
yeah, mainly wanted to show you guys how these quick quests work. We mentioned last week, we're looking at the first one. This is Tipping the Scales, quick quest number 1. This was part of one of the Hexagram Kickstarter campaigns, and we're showing it off because it's now available to backers of that campaign. It's been delivered to backers of that Hexagram campaign. And we have our new one on Kickstarter right now, which is for quick quests 2 and 3. So you can check out future versions of this. These in background actually funded. I think they're funded 5 times their goal at this point.
Starting off good.
Yeah, starting off really good. So it's only going on for a week. So it started on Tuesday. It's going to be going until I think next Tuesday. So if you're interested in something like that, essentially they're little pamphlets that contain wanted full adventure. It's called Quick Quests, but it's actually a decently chunky little side quest that you can add to any campaign. You can make it like a one shot adventure. We're just kind of like playing it as a one shot, but theoretically this could be something where you're already playing a campaign of the fantasy trip, and it may be a side quest or something like that.
Yeah.
And essentially, this one is called Tipping the Scales, and we are what we're aware of is that essentially there's a volcano nearby, and some adventurers, some local adventurers, or local, not really adventurers, local Mages Guild members were murdered there. At the their guards were murdered, and the mages were beat up and got out. So, and we're aware of a green-skinned lady who's been doing it with a dragon. So, she was the one who committed the crime with a dragon, a big purple dragon.
Suspected culprits.
The suspected culprits, innocent until proven guilty, I guess. But we've kind of started on our character creation last week. We're off camera. We've done a bit more, and we're going to kind of finish it up on camera here with you guys, so you guys know who we're working with here. Right. The way we're going to start this out is that we all have met at this point. We're kind of picking up in the middle. We're not like friends or anything like that, but we're going to pick up where we kind of talked about last week. We also designed our characters using the Zodiac die last week. If you didn't check that out, after this stream, check out our previous stream. You can see how we kind of got
the inspiration for these particular characters.
Exactly.
So I really like that as a jumping off point of like, what am I going to make? I don't know. Let's a fighter. Yeah, but what kind?
What kind? Yeah.
And so it gives you like some direction to go in.
Exactly.
It doesn't give you any mechanics, just personality and direction to go with.
Precisely. So, Jimmy, I think you were already kind of farther along with yours there.
Yeah, I was working on some stuff. So we had the guard, my fighter, my warrior character.
Yes. Who we determined was one of the guard of the town, essentially.
Well, I think he's one of the guards of the guild, actually.
The guild, that's what I'm
sorry. So he's one of the mages. I'm
conflating guild and town, but guild, there's a town and then there's a mages guild, and that's we're kind of being hired by the guild.
That's what we're hired by. So I figured he's one of their guilds. So he a lot of the stuff came is like kind of like a stalwart, efficient, does tedious jobs well. Probably not a leader, but probably like a sergeant or something.
But in terms of our group, probably our leader.
Might be the leader for our group.
Yeah.
Since he probably has the most knowledge of going on and is used to that.
He's probably on our group specifically because we are a bunch of people that they don't trust at this
point.
Right.
He's the inside man, if you will.
Yeah.
So this is Lucas Bernhardt.
Ooh.
He's going to be. I decided we were going to go kind of sword and board for him. So he's going to have, we grabbed some talents and stuff, so he's got like proficiency and expertise with shield and sword. And I think also let him know how to use a crossbow just so he has a ranged option.
That's cool. We usually don't have ranged options in our group.
Not a lot.
We're stupid.
and I don't think he'll use it, but it made sense for me, for someone who's a guard.
Sure.
To be able to at least pick up a crossbow and so I figured it's something he knows. Whether we plan to use it or not, or even he has one with him, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
But it felt right for him to have that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to break it down with, these are 36-point characters. So we start with 8 in each stat.
And we don't have to go through all the individual stats, but generally he's going to be more of a strength guy, right?
He's like 12 strength, 15 dex.
Interesting. Okay.
Because the dex in Fantasy Trip, if you're not familiar with it, dex controls a lot of your defenses, but also your attacking And once you load armor onto yourself, your dex drops a
See,
lot.
but that's the fun though, is rolling, going Yahtzee and hitting somebody for a jillion damage.
He's got a respectable strength.
Okay, fine.
But you know the dex is up there so that once he puts the armor on, he still has a respectable dex. Can actually hit people.
What's the fun of hitting people when you don't crack their heads with one shot? Go ahead. Sorry.
So he's basically probably going to be wearing like I think some chainmail armor, a small shield, and I haven't figured out which sword yet, but some sword.
Okay, cool.
That's generally how he's going to be laid out.
Sweet. We have the armor and weapon list separate over here. We're also playing out of in the labyrinth, just the core book essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
We finally have our own like studio copy of the big box set next to us here with all the tiles and stuff. So we got all the cool stuff here for us. We're not there's a ton of stuff in this book. We're not going to be like exhaustively playing with everything. It's kind of a short little one-off adventure.
Yeah, we just wanted to have
fun off. That's a new word.
Fun off.
We're using that.
We just wanted to have some of the options you see outside of beyond just the basic melee and wizard.
Now that we've done a few games with melee and wizard, this gives you a few extra things like it has talents and things like that.
Yeah, like he actually has the shield expertise and sword expertise, which gives him a little more defense, lets him use a little more defense and stuff, and not just all have to wait. Well, I guess the only way to defend is bigger armor.
Yeah,
you can actually be better at using it.
So my fighter's a little bit different. We talked about it before. Yeah. She's a pirate. Her name is Isabella von Carbine. She's got a few things. She's kind of she's not a rogue, but she's got somewhat kind of roguish talents with her. She's been in brawls and stuff, but she's pretty canny. She's got swords. She's a sword specialist. She's got acrobatics. She has thrown weapon and detect traps. So she's got kind of some roguish stuff to our party.
Got some elements to it.
11 strength, 16 dex, a little bit higher on the dex side. And she's going to do lighter armor, so she's probably going to do leather with a 2-weapon approach.
Okay.
A small sword like a dirk or something.
Dirk or a mangouche or something like that.
Yeah, mangouche.
Okay, cool.
What do you got wizard-wise over there?
Wizard-wise, so we had this very ambitious, curious, indomitable will wizard. So I kind of decided that he was going to be... He's sure of himself. He wants to achieve a lot. He wants in the guild, so he's thinking maybe if he does well here, this can be his ticket into the Wizards Guild.
Nice.
So I've got Ruvan Zinra.
Heck yeah.
So it's kind of
what a name.
He feels kind of wizardy. I like it. You know, a little bit exotic there, which is appropriate for a wizard, I think. He is going. I've got him with a strength 10, dex 13, int 13.
Okay.
So kind of balanced there, but he's got some stuff on. He's invested heavily in his wizard staff, so a lot of his attacks are gonna be with his staff. But he's also got some of the basics like light and detect magic, but also like sleep, invisibility, 3 hex fire.
So you got blur. Some more traditional fiery type stuff.
Yeah, he's largely an evoker if you were to catalog like style, like making things